Hello everyone, I'm Qais Jayusi. Me and my group Kashab and Harjot will be presenting about the first Canadian Place building. First, let's talk in general about the building. First Canadian Place is skyscraper in Toronto's financial district on the northwest corner of King and Bay Streets that houses the Bank of Montreal's global operational headquarters. It is Canada's tallest skyscraper, standing 298 meters tall and ranking fifth in North America in terms of structural top and ninth in terms of rooftop, as well as the 105th in the world, after the CN Tower and the Inco Super Stack chimney in Sudbury, Ontario. It is Canada's third tallest freestanding building. The building is managed by Brookfield Office Properties, which also owns the Exchange Tower and Bay Adelaide Centre in downtown Toronto, as well as a number of other office buildings. The Bank of Montreal, Canada's first bank, is commemorated at First Canadian location. First Canadian Place was built in 1975 and was formerly known as the First Bank Building. When it was completed in 1975, First Canadian Place was the world's sixth tallest building to structural peak from 1975 until 1997. The Bank of Montreal logo at the top of the building was the tallest sign in the country, until it was surpassed by the sign of CITIC Plaza. A variety of antennas for radio and television transmission are also located on the roof. The building has 29 elevators and is connected to the underground path grid, making it one of only a handful in the world to use the double-decked variety. First Canadian Place is a Class A office complex with 3 floors with over 120 shops, restaurants, and facilities, making it one of Canada's premier business addresses. In addition, First Canadian Place attracts over 21 million visitors per year. The term impressive sums up First Canadian Place perfectly. The main entrance lobby features unusual marble walls and 23-foot high ceiling, illuminated by Italian crystal chandelier. Now the purpose. The primary goal of the First Canadian Place is to have a roof with a large range of antennas for radio and television broadcasting. The materials used in the construction are concrete, steel, marble, glass, and antenna. Concrete, it makes up the majority of the building. Moreover, the compression parameter in the structure is excessively strong, necessitating a large volume of concrete for the design to withstand the compression. Concrete was a plentiful option for construction at the time, and it can be used in any kind of house, not just residential ones, and it comes in a variety of styles. For First Canadian Place, white Carrara marble was used as an exterior cladding and interior finish, with approximately 45,000 marble panels weighing between 200 and 300 pounds each. The mechanical aspect of using glass is to tolerate the mechanical aspect of using glass is to tolerate the effects of temperature on the building, and glass is often used in elevators and restaurants to provide a panoramic view of the area. Glass is also used as an insulating and structural component as well as exterior glazing. The antenna. Antennas are far more than mere radio connecting computers. They are the transducers that transform a transmitter's voltage into a radio signal. They also pick up radio signals in the air and translate them to a voltage that can be recovered in a receiver. Now the construction steps will be explained by my colleague Kashia. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you, Chris. Hi everyone, I'm Kashyap Doshi. I'm over here to present you the steps involved in construction of First Canadian Place, which is located in Toronto, Ontario. The 8 steps which are involved in construction of First Canadian Place. Let us understand all of this step by step. The 8 steps involved are site clearance, soil test, excavation foundation, slab, column and beam, foam work, electrical and plumbing. The first step is site clearance. The process of site clearance is generally undertaken as a part of enabling works carried out to prepare a site for construction. It involves the clearing of site to allow other materials, treatment of demolition work to take place before the actual construction work can begin. Garbage surface, dirt, all trees, stems, bushes, roots, down timber, rotting wood, rubbish waste, swap materials, and all other grass or unaccepted material must be cleared from the site. Site clearance must be carried out as a part of the main construction. Site clearance also include demolition work and clearance of the material in demolition. The second step is soil testing. So what is soil testing? Basically, soil testing in building construction refers to investigation the characteristics of soil in a pilot geotechnical engineering or engineering geotechnical perform of the soil test. Soil test gives the necessary information to start working on design construction for the particular building. The output of soil testing in building construction, for example, the character of the soil with respect to water content, mineral, and chemical component decides the quantity of material to be used for construction. Soil testing reveals the physical engineering properties of the soil like moisture content, mineral presence, density, permeability, etc. Essentially, the foundation has to be strong enough to effectively transfer the building weight to the soil beneath. The primary purpose of the soil testing is to determine the bearing potential. During this procedure, the chemical and any physical structure of the soil is examined. The soil must be able to support the weight of the structure. A series of tests were performed on the soil to determine its resilience, bedrock state, and hydrostatic pressure adjustment. The third step is excavation and foundation. Excavation is the act of using instrument, device, or explosives to move soil, rock, or other materials. Trenching, wall shaft, tunneling, and underground also included. It is the building project's preliminary operation. If the soil is loose or excavation is deeper, some sort of shoring is required to support the slides from falling. Planking and shuttering can be implemented continuously depending on the nature of the soil and the depth of excavation. Foundation. A foundation is a lower portion of the building structure that transfers its gravity load to the earth. Foundations are generally broken into categories: shallow foundation and deep foundation. A tall building must have strong foundation. If it is to the stand for a long time, building rests on foundation and the load is transferred from superstructure to the soil in the foundation. Foundation provides the structure stability from the ground to distribute the weight of the structure over a large area in order to avoid overloading the underlying soil. What are the objectives of foundation? The objectives are to distribute the weight of the structure over a large area so as to avoid overloading of the soil beneath, to provide a level surface for building operation, take the structure deep into the ground and thus increase stability and prevent from overturning. Slab. A slab is a structure feature that is used to build flat and functional structures such as floors, roof, and ceiling. Slabs are commonly supported by pillars, concrete, or steel poles. Structure element of modern building consisting of a flat horizontal surface made of cast concrete. These slabs are generally classified as ground bearing or the foundation, otherwise the slab is suspended. There are various functions of slab. They are to provide flat surface, to support the load, to act as sound, heat and fire insulator. Space between the slab and ceiling can be used for placing building utilities. Column and beam. Column. A column is a vertical structure member that carries a compressive load. Stone, brick, cement, concrete, timber, and other compressive strength materials are often used in the construction of column. A column or a pillar is an architecture or structure engineering element that transmits through compression the weight of the structure above the other structure elements below. For the purpose of wind or earthquake engineering, columns might also be used as a decorative element, not needed for structure purpose. Many columns are engaged, that is, to save from part as well. Beam. A beam is a horizontal member that spans an opening and supports a load, which may be brick or stone wall above the opening, in which case the beam is referred to as lintel. Beams are primarily carry vertical gravitational forces. They are also used to carry horizontal loads. Formwork. Formwork is a term used to describe temporary or permanent molds into which concrete or other related materials are poured. There are different types of formwork: timber formwork, steel formwork, aluminium formwork, plywood formwork, fabric formwork, plastic formwork. Aluminium formwork was used for this type of construction. Electrical. The installation of electrical wiring is referred to as electrical building. Electrical work consists of wiring, paneling, and installing lights and testing. Wiring should be done properly, connecting all the areas with sufficient ventilation and lights and safety requirements. Installing light wherever necessary and testing of electricity work after the completion of the work and at the time period of 6 to 8 months. Plumbing. Plumbing is a collection of pipes and fixtures built in a structure for delivery and use of potable drinking water as well as disposal of waterborne waste. Water and sewer system that represent a group of buildings or community are typically separated. Plumbing is one of the most important jobs while planning a building. No building can be completed without the help of plumber. Plumbing job involves laying of pipeline, drain, the pipes, valves, well assembly and other devices installed in a building so that the water system within a home is functioning well. Thank you so much for listening to me. Further slide will be explained by my colleague Ajju.
Thank you, Kashyap. As we are done with construction steps, then there comes cladding. Well, cladding is the application of one material over another to provide a skin or a layer. In construction, cladding is used to provide a degree of thermal insulation and weather resistance and to improve the appearance of building. Cladding may also be a control element for noise either entering or escaping. In case of First Canadian Place, the same white Carrara marble used on Aeon Center was employed as an exterior cladding and interior finish for the First Canadian Place with approximately 45,000 marble panels weighing around 200 to 300 lb, which is 91 to 136 kg each. Foreshadowing what would take place with Canadian First Place in 2007. One of the marble slabs of Aeon Center, when it was named the Standard Oil building, detached in 1974, falling and penetrating the roof of a neighboring building, resulting in an eventual recladding of the entire Aeon Center in the white granite between 1992 and 1994. This problem would surface at First Canadian Place as well. During an intense storm on the evening of 15th May 2007, a 140 kilogram white marble panel fell from the 60th story of the tower's southern face onto the third floor mezzanine roof below. causing authorities to close surrounding streets as a precaution. Then comes the recladding. In late 2009, owner Brookfield Properties announced it would follow the example of Eon Center and over 3 years replace the tower's 45,000 marble panels with the new ones in glass, those on the main expanses with a white ceramic frit and the corners in a bronze tint. Reskinning a building the size and scale of first Canadian Place was unprecedented at the time, with each marble panel weighing 90 kg. Their safe removal was a huge concern and a tricky undertaking. This 72-story office tower was clad with bright white Carrara marble that was showing its age after almost 35 years. The 45,000 marble panels that made up the building exterior was replaced with over 5,600 white glass and bronze panels. The new brilliant glass facade maintains the tower's commanding presence on Toronto's skyline and renews its look at the same time. New insulation was also installed during the process to upgrade the energy efficiency of the building. A scaffolding unit was designed to scale vertically along the tower's elevation from top to bottom and systematically and safely reclad the facade. Panels were removed and replaced during multiple shifts that left the loudest and the most disruptive work to be completed during the night to minimize the tenant disruption. The stone panels were recycled and repurposed for the multiple uses, including concrete base product, under roadways, landscaping, and community art projects. The new glass panels were sourced and manufactured locally, reducing the carbon footprints. The entire project, completed in 2012, cost was in excess of 100 million Canadian dollars paid by the owner. The extensive capital improvement project was intended to provide an exterior for First Canadian Place and eliminate the maintenance costs associated with the marble upkeep. Well, the key features of this building. When completed, First Canadian Place was the tallest high-rise in the world outside of New York and Chicago. This building was the tallest high-rise in the British Commonwealth from 1975 until the completion of Malaysia's Petronas Tower in 1998. This was the tallest building in Canada since 1975. Moreover, First Canadian Place is the focal point of the country's busiest business and financial district. More than 10,000 people work in this building every weekday. Over 16 million people visit the building annually. Moreover, in addition to being a Class AAA office complex, First Canadian Place is also the largest unanchored retail center in Toronto, featuring 3 levels with over 120 stores, restaurants, and services. That's all from all 3 of us. Hope you all like it. Thank you so much, guys.